Soularry to the side. Thank you so much. Welcome back to Tea Time. Soularry, really quick, I kind of have a suggestion. Okay. How about we call the show the Soularry Show? Simple, the Soularry but you. Show. You know, John, I think that has a little ring to it. I know. Well, welcome to the Soularry Show, episode 2. Today we will be getting into purpose. Oh, purpose. Soularry to the set. Soularry to the set. Ooh, Soularry to the set. Oh, hey, Soularry to the set. Hey, hey. Soularry to the set. Oh, hey, Soularry to the set. Hey, hey, Soularry to the set. Hey, hey, Soularry to the set. Hey, hey. Soularry to the set. Hello guys, and welcome back to the Soularry Show. As I told you in the opening, today we are getting into purpose, okay? Now first, we would have to know the definition of purpose, right? Correct? So we're going to go ahead and go on to good old Google and look up the definition of purpose, okay? The reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. Okay? Synonyms are motive, motivation, cause, occasion, reason, point, basis, justification. You know, it goes on through different synonyms. Okay, so if we look at purpose, what I have concluded is that you have two different types of purpose. Okay, bear here with me, okay? I'm going to explain, okay? So you have purpose that you may create on a daily basis that you see necessary for your life, okay? You have a purpose of going to work because you deem it necessary that is what pays your bills, you know? You see to it that you go and hang out with friends so that you receive encouragement, guidance, happiness. You know, we have motives throughout our everyday life, okay? And if we break it down, I believe, yes, motive is the first synonym, you know? So that purpose, to me, I find it to be pointless purpose, okay? Purpose that leads to nothing, okay? And then you have divine purpose, the reason you were created, the thing that you are working for, that you are pushing towards, that will actually lead to destiny, to fate, to where you were supposed to be, okay? And that is where I feel God comes in, of course, okay? So you have the purpose that we have here. You may go through life trying to find purpose in a job, in the way that you live your life, whether it be fancy cars, you know, fancy friends, all these things that we can go on about with purpose, okay? But what I love about this book of the Bible, because I can't say that word, I'm being honest, I can't say the word, okay? But this is one of my favorite books of the Bible, because it really just breaks down life to you, and the way that he breaks down life is just phenomenal, okay? But as you are going through the book of, you truly find that everything here on earth is pointless. Because when you leave this earth, where does your soul go? What can your soul take with it? Your soul cannot take your nice house that you found purpose in all your life. Your fancy friends, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, school, whatever it may be. Everything on this earth will cease to exist and have no value in the life to come. So therefore, I deem it necessary to focus on the purpose that you truly get something out of, which is eternal life. So we're going to go to the book. We're going to go to that book, and bear with me. You know, you can pull out your phones. You might be on your phones watching this. But if you have a Bible, okay, we're going to go to this chapter, okay? We're going to start with chapter 2, 14 through 17, okay? And that's what we're going to be reading at today. And bear with me. Okay. So I'm reading from the Common English Bible, okay? I do go back between the Common English Bible and the King James Version, but sometimes I can't understand, so I go to the English, but you know, never mind. Okay. So, let's start with this, okay? Reading in the Common English Bible. The wise have eyes in their head, but fools walk around in darkness. But I also realize that the same fate happens to both of them. So I thought to myself, what happens to the fool will also happen to me. So why have I been so very wise? I said to myself, this too is pointless. There is no eternal memory of the wise any more than the foolish, because everyone is forgotten before long. How can the wise die just like the fool? So I hated life, because the things that happened under the sun were troublesome to me. Definitely, everything is pointless. Just wind chasing. Okay? And when I really read that verse, it really put it into perspective. You know, because some people find purpose in living their life how they want to live it, being fools, right? Then you have people who work towards things their whole lives, but in the end you both go to the grave. Excuse me, to the grave, right? You all go to the grave. Now when that time comes where you go to your grave, which you're not going to your grave, the body is going to the grave, you know. What happens after that? That is the most important thing, and that is the only thing that requires purpose that has a point to it. Because whether you focused on doing stupid things your whole life, or being the smartest in your class, ultimately, that will lead you nowhere at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you die. You die, okay? I don't know why y'all clapping for that. Thank you. Okay. Hey! Soularry to the side. Okay, so if you think about all the hard things that you endure in life to build yourself, you know, going to college for so many years, starting up a business, maintaining that business, and you put all of your focus in that, it may seem that you are winning now, but in the long run, if you are not fulfilling the purpose that God has set before you, and you are not focusing on God and finding that He is really the only purpose that matters, I am here to tell you that you will be in for a rude awakening. And it's truly pointless. And one of the scriptures that I love so much that I think really embodies this is chapter 2, 21 through 22. Okay? And it reads, "Because sometimes those who have worked hard with wisdom, knowledge, and skill must leave the results of their hard work as a possession to those who haven't worked hard for it. This too is pointless." It's a terrible wrong. I mean, what do people get for all their hard work and struggles under the sun? So if you really focus in on this scripture, it really puts into perspective that if you work your whole life for materialistic things, that they could be lost to whoever you deem appropriate to leave them to. Because what you work for, others don't work for. So how you cherish something, they may not cherish. So if you spent your whole life focusing purpose on the materialistic things of life, or the fashioned traditions of what you seem to think that you should be able to achieve in life, but nothing on God, then I am here to tell you that it is a pointless life that you have lived. Even though to us, to people, we see you as, oh my goodness, this amazing person. But what happens again after life? After this life is over, after this mist is over, because we are just a mist. This life is just a mist. That is what is important. So I have read these scriptures off to you, and I hope that you get the gist of where we're going here, okay? Because you have this world's purpose, and then you have true purpose, okay? So that's what I really want to get into your brains today, is what purpose are you focusing on? What is the purpose that matters that you're focusing on, okay? Because granted, we live here, until God says that we don't anymore, and with that comes things that we need. You need a job, you need all these things. But your core purpose should always be to do the will of the Father, as well as getting to heaven, okay? We are to strive, we are to strive to enter into the kingdom of heaven. And that's truly the only purpose that matters, okay? Nothing of this world matters, And I just find it so funny how he really speaks to the audience in this chapter. And one of my favorite verses, I'm going to just read this because I cried of laughing. Okay, well, not literally, okay, but it was so funny to me, okay? And this is let's see here, verse 9. Not verse 9. Chapter 9. I had it right. 4 through 5. Okay? No, I'm sorry. 7 through 16. Thank you. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Oh, 7 through 10. Okay, perfect. I can't even read my own handwriting, okay? Forgive me. Okay. So he says in these verses, he says, "Go eat your food joyfully and drink your wine happily, because God has already accepted what you do. Let your garments always be white. Don't run short of oil for your head. Enjoy life with your dearly loved spouse all the days of your pointless life that God gives you under the sun. All the days of your pointless life, because that's your part to play in this life and in your hard work under the sun." Okay, we're going to stop right there. We're going to stop at verse 9. Okay, and I just put that in there because I just thought it was so funny how he's just being so frank. You know, your life is pointless. And the only way that you truly make your life of value is if you strive for the only thing that is great, and that is God, and that is heaven, and that is his love and the will that he has for your life. You know, and when you keep your focus on him, the things that you require for this life, he shall provide if you keep your mind stayed on him. Okay? Amen. All right. We'll be back. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. Hey! Soularry to the side. So in this last part of this topic, I really want to focus on you knowing your purpose before you die. Okay, you grabbing a hold of what is good and what is even worthy of pursuing in this life before you die. Okay, and this is why we're going to go to the 9th chapter, and it's going to be the fourth verse through the 5th. Okay, and it reads, "Whoever is among the living can be certain about this. A living dog is definitely better off than a dead lion, because the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing at all. There's no more reward for them. Even the memory of them is lost." And of course he's talking about in the terms of the earth. When someone dies, we may mourn them for a while, but we tend to kind of move on. Life tends to continue to go on, and that person is eventually forgotten. Okay? And so when you focus on God, okay, you already know what is to come after you die. Okay? You already know the life that he has for you. Now, you may not know what that consists of. You know, we don't know everything, but we do know that he will save us and bring us to heaven, and that's where we will be with him. Okay? And so my thought about that was, well, what if a person died only pursuing the purpose of this life? Then they are truly the dead lion, not knowing really what will happen after they die. So I ask you to really think about the purpose of your life. You know, here on my YouTube, you know, I have obviously been through some transitions on my YouTube, and even the purpose within my YouTube of me getting saved, it had to shift. Because my purpose was, the purpose of the YouTube was no longer to grab a hold of a huge audience and be this big star. You know, it then became a purpose of saving souls and encouraging, and just all the things that come when you when you serve God, you know. And so within that, purpose had to be decided, you know, and I had to decide what purpose truly mattered to me. Okay? And I'm so thankful when I think about, you know, the purpose that I have now versus the purpose that I had before I got saved. Because ultimately, what I was doing before, even though I had a greater audience, you know, it had no meaning to it. There was no true value in that. But now I feel like I have something to work for. I feel like I have a great purpose. Okay? And so that's the question that I'll leave you with, you know. Will you choose the purpose of this life or the divine purpose that leads to heaven? Will you die knowing that you truly lived out the purpose that God had for you and not the purpose that you have for yourself? Take that to the Lord, okay? If you don't know God, I encourage you to get to know Him, as we know that He is the only purpose that matters. He is the only chance at our salvation, at us not being lost to death. Because the first death is not the most important death. But where will your soul go? Really think about that. Really think about the purpose that you're living out for your life. I will leave the salvation prayer link down below. And I ask that you really believe it in your heart and confess it with your mouth, and ye shall be saved. And that is purpose. This was truly awesome to sit and talk about purpose and you know, how I look at purpose. I hope that I made some sense to you all. Okay? It's my understanding of purpose, and I really do hope that you guys talk to God about your purpose and make sure that your purpose is aligned with the purpose that He has for your life. And every day, when you get up and you think about the struggles of this life, know that you are working towards the only thing that truly matters, and that is up above. Please subscribe. I thank you for being here with me today, and make sure that your notification button is on. If you have been here with me, then you know to like, share, and comment. Follow me on all my social media. It will be linked down below in the description, okay? Make sure you check out all of my playlists that I have for you. My Coming to Christ playlist, my covers, my live videos. They're all in playlist for you. But most importantly, you must keep God first, and always stay soul connected. It's in here. Toodles.